Hi guys, welcome to another beer review, and today we're going over to Põhjala and out of Estonia, of course, and we're having a look at the Odravein Bourbon Barrel Aged, which is barrel aged barley wine. Bourbon barrel aged barley wine, I should say. Can't speak today. It's funny how I work at a call centre, so I get you really get. I talk a lot more on the phone, like in conversation terms. Because I'm not a chatty person at all. The people who have met me in real life know that I can be really quite quiet and reserved and that sort of thing. But yeah, it's like I can just talk and talk and talk when I'm dealing with customers on the phone. But as soon as that phone call's ended, see what I mean? As soon as that phone call ends, and I'm just like talking to a colleague or talking to a friend or whatever, I just can't speak at all. And I also am terrible at pronunciations. But yeah, this is part of their Cellar series. So it's a bourbon barrel-aged barley wine. And our anniversary barley wine aged in bourbon barrels. Põhjala, yeah, that's not English. And 14% ABV. Got this in the Mikkeller Beer Club box, along with another Põhjala beer, which was some form of aged Baltic porter. So very much looking forward to trying both of these. As you can see, gorgeously presented. Was holding on to this for Christmas, but I just ended up drinking too much for Christmas anyway, so oh well. And of course, beautiful wax cap there. I don't actually have anything significant that I can use to cut it, so I'm going to have to use these scissors, which are just lying around under my pillow. So I've no idea. I don't know if I've slept with them there or whatever. And am I going to cut myself? I certainly hope not, he says, as he fucking nearly cuts himself. Apologies for the bad language, by the way. So let's see if I could just peel this off. So talk amongst yourselves. I could pause this, but I'm not going to. Because it wouldn't be a clueless drink video if I did things efficiently. Although I'm not going to lie, I should actually be doing this quick because I've got sausages in the oven because I'm having sausage barms. Or, as some people would say, what's a barm? What's a barm cake? Sausage bun, sausage on a roll, whichever part of the UK you're from. I'm sure there's an option. Maybe it's on a bap. I don't know. Maybe it's on another word. I don't know. I'm not clued up on my dialects. But yeah, anyway. But yeah, it was actually I met up with someone from OkCupid this past weekend, and went really well. We were talking, and why am I telling you this? We were talking about different sorts of foods and stuff, and I said, oh, I proper love a good sausage barm cake, and she just like looked at me and went like, what the fuck is a sausage barm cake? So I was like, like you put sausages in between like a bun, and she goes, what, you mean like a sausage on a bread roll? I was like, yes, I think. Isn't it amazing how we can have the same thing but name it completely different things? And then I grossed her out by talking about a Wigan kebab, which is something you can all look up. I'm sure, Adam, if you're watching this, you'll know exactly what I mean. Never had that before, although you'd think by the size of me putting I'm just going to tell you what it is, putting a meat and potato pie in between a bap roll, whatever you want to call them, yeah, you'd think I'd be all over that stuff, but even I have my limits and morals, and I had a proper bottle opener a minute ago and I've lost it. So this is why I hardly get any views and subscribers. But oh well. So that's the cap ruined because of this fucking awful bottle opener. So yeah, let's get this poured and see what we get. Barley wines, I know they're put in really high regard, although that being said, they're not as sort of on trend or stylish as they used to be. But yeah, I always remember when I was getting into this, those big sort of like bomber bottles of like aged barley wines from America and that sort of stuff. But yeah, barley wines, I do enjoy them when I have them, but they're not like one of those styles that I'm like, I really need a barley wine right now. And if I see one on like a tap list, I'm not like, ooh, unless it's got, you know, by a brewery who I'm a really big fan of, or if it's something like this, which is, you know, just a little bit different. And yeah, 14% ABV, so good session beer, post-work beer. So beer in the glass then, and that's a lovely sort of a browny, oaky look to it. Or was I just talking about my house? There's a ruby hue to it as well. Off to a great start, we'll just carry on. And yeah, beer poured with about half a finger's worth of a nice beige looking head. Looks like a slightly, you know, watered down coffee, to be honest, with that head. So let's see what we get on the nose. Okay, at first I was just getting loads of like savoury, spicy notes, but yeah, it's breathed in the glass slightly, so those like vanilla-y, peaty, sort of woody notes coming through from the whiskey. A little bit of barrel in there. You of course get that dense, sticky, syrupy, malty aroma as well. But the one good thing, well, it's a lovely smelling beer, but a really good thing I should say about this is that barrel and the bourbon doesn't just overwhelm those other aromas. Told you I couldn't speak. Smells nice. It's a little bit more sweeter now that it's breathed, but there's still like these like spicy, almost like star anise, like some like spices you'd have in like Indian cuisine. Yeah, it smells good though. It smells hearty. It smells like the weather's been really shit recently. Loads of really heavy winds and it's starting to rain. So this is one of those like, you're coming out of the cold, you're sodden, you know, you're wet through, and you just want something that's, you know, sat by the radiator with a towel over you, not a towel, a blanket over you, and you just want something to warm yourself up. It's like the beer equivalent on the nose. The beer equivalent is like the satisfaction of receiving a chippy tea on a cold wet day. There's an analogy for you. Anyway, bottom line is it smells damn good, so let's give it a taste. Cheers. And why'd you watch this? That first sip, I'm like, flavours seem to cancel themselves out. You don't really get much flavour on the intake. You get more of that whiskey character, that bourbon on the back end that comes through as a flavour. Slight sticky malt character, but not too sweet. There's a woodiness there, there's a savoury character, there's a spiciness. Almost has like a peated smoke character, without it tasting like a smoky beer. In all honesty, flavour-wise, there's really not much going on. You just get the residual bourbon barrel coming through. It's got a lovely, slightly syrupy, upper medium mouthfeel. It's one of those beers where, even though I've just said there's really nothing going on, it's just very satisfying to take a sip. A little bit of vanilla comes through. Thankfully, oh mind you, I got a big strong bourbon character then. I was going to say it's not too overwhelming, because I could sometimes find there's like a character, as much as I like to enjoy like a whiskey and a bourbon every now and then, there's just something about, sometimes you'll get like a sensation down your spine almost. I don't know what it is about that character profile. It's like you know, like a Coleman's mustard. There's just a real sort of like harshness of the vinegariness that I love the flavour, but sometimes you'll take a bite and it's like, wow, my nostrils are stinging, my eyes are watering. And I sort of get that same sensation with a bourbon flavour. As much as I like a good bourbon. I say that, but last time I had a bourbon was fuck knows when, so talking out my arse again. But you know what I mean. I'm trying to paint a picture. very badly with my left hand, with my eyes closed. There's like a slight, almost chocolatiness there, which I do like a chocolate sponge. Not too sweet though. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, just because it's got the wax cap, you should just talk English properly. You shouldn't just like assume this is going to be really big and special. I mean, it is a big and special beer because it's an anniversary barley wine, but it's actually really quite simple. There's maybe people who like the style more than me. They're obviously going to get a lot more out of it than I am. So take my opinions with a pinch of that. But yeah, it's quite a safe beer. 14%, no way. You're not getting that at all, even with that bourbon flavour, which can sometimes make something seem like it's a much heavier ABV. The bourbon barrel hasn't thinned out the beer. Obviously, I've not tried the barley wine on its own to make that comparison, which I just did. Human scum. Unsubscribe. Don't know why you watch me. But yeah, I don't know. So I expect maybe a little bit more oomph. But then again, barley wines, they're not exactly my sort of like go-to sort of like big occasion. I'm going to have a big barley wine. You get the sweetness, but there's really not too much flavour. It's not really as robust as I was expecting. There's probably some subtle nuances that I'm overlooking with my stupid palate. But I'm sure if you like your barley wines much more than I do, you're probably going to get a lot more from this one. But gorgeous, gorgeous presentation. Yeah, it's not too bad. Would I buy it again? I probably would actually. Just maybe to age it for 6 months to a year, that sort of thing. Doesn't have a bottled on date on here, so I know how old it is. I don't think it does. So, yeah, maybe with age, there might be some flavours that might come out. I don't know. You tell me if you've tried it. Am I completely missing the point? I would give it a 7 out of 10. I would try it again, but maybe an aged version of it. Just to see if any sort of nuances develop and that sort of thing, or complexities. Let's use big words to make myself sound like I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, 7 out of 10, Põhjala. I'm still a big fan of the brewery. Really nice experimental brewery. So I'm very much looking forward to the Baltic Porter because I've had some really gorgeous Baltic Porters from Põhjala. So yeah, looking forward to that one. But this, I was maybe expecting a little bit more, but I'm not too disappointed or unimpressed. So if you tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. Go check out Põhjala. I've got a few beers on my channel. Need to buy more. One of my favourite breweries, even though I've had a limited exposure to them. And yeah, if you've tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. And if you're interested in joining the Mickle Beer Club, if there are any spaces open, you're more than welcome to use my referral link to get involved. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I shall hopefully see you later. It's sausage time. That sounds very homoerotic, but it's the Clueless Drinker channel, and I'm dressed like your best lesbian friend from university. See you guys later, and I've probably offended quite a few people there. Cheers for now.